Congrats! You finally bought your first home. You got a great rate on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, but you'll pay thousands in interest as you pay for your house. So there's got to be a better way, right? Here to explore your option is our own Fox 5 real estate expert, John Adams. Thank you for joining us, John.
Sharon, I'm excited to be here.
Well, tell me about this. $200,000 in interest. That seems like a lot of money.
Yeah, it's interesting. If you buy a $300,000 house, put down 20% like so many of us do, and then get a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Today's interest rate's around 4.5. Over 30 years, you're going to pay almost $200,000 in interest, or think of it as rent, on the money that you used to buy the house.
So why is it so expensive?
Well, anytime you borrow money, it's because you're borrowing money. You're renting that money and you're paying it back over time. So that rent really adds up. So if you shorten the time period, or if you pay it back faster, we can save you some money. And I've listed 4 ways that we can do that right here.
Okay, let's
the
see
first
those.
one is we're just going to add $100 a month to our payments. Normal payments on the loan we talked about was $1,216. This will be $1,316. All of a sudden, we save $30,000 over a 30-year period. Some people want to do it faster than that. Well, let's make it 15 years by adding 50% to our payment. So instead of $1,200, it's $1,800. But now we're saving, wow, almost $100,000 in interest. That's a lot of money. Okay, and then finally, I call it the Joe McKinney method. I had a client named Joe McKinney who called me after he bought a house and said, "John, we can afford to make double payments. What would happen?" I said, "That's good, Joe. It'll pay off.
Very good.
It pays off in 10 years."
So if you want to pay off early on the loan, does that work in your favor, of course, too?
Well, it certainly does in terms of, I mean, the lender must accept any principal payments you send in. They have no choice. It's federal law now. But the point is, if you gradually do it, your earning power tends to build over that 30 years, and yet we want a 30-year fixed rate. Well, if you'll make incremental increases in your payment amount, it really can accelerate the payoff of the house. And a lot of people feel it's important to own the home free and clear. That's not my cup of tea, but some people feel that way. And if you do, you have my blessing. It's just not my particular cup of tea.
Yeah, so the bottom line, and this is a seller's market as well.
Yes,
too.
it is.
What's the bottom line for all
Well,
of
the
us out
bottom
there?
line is there are a variety of ways to save a lot on your mortgage if you're willing to discipline yourself and send in a little bit more. But the decision on whether or not you want to do that is one that only you can make to decide if it's right for you.
A lot to look into.
That's the bottom line.
John, thank you so much.
Thanks, Sharon.
And John's going to be here for the next hour to answer all your real estate questions on our Fox 5 Atlanta Facebook page. Time right now, 8:20.